Hey, how's it going, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to this edition of the Happs Broadcaster Roundtable. Really excited to have you here with us today. We have four amazing guests who are all broadcasters. Many of you will be familiar with from the platform. They're all crushing it, and we're really excited to give you a chance to find out a little bit more about each of their backgrounds and what you can expect if you subscribe to them if you don't already. So just want to greet some people here in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hayes says, Cami, good to see you. Space Gal in the house. Donald, Carrie, Trevor, Yassine. Thanks, everyone, for joining here. Retta, Gemma. Let's see. We have Chris Gales in the house. Awesome. Love your show, Chris. Max Ryan. Fantastic to see you here. Hey, Jen. How you doing? Jim. Wonderful to see you all here. Thank you so much for joining. And really excited to introduce our guests today. We have an interesting mix of talents. We have two sports broadcasters and two musicians here with us today to talk about how they got started on Happs and to learn a little bit more about what they're up to here on the platform. So without further ado, let's just throw them all on screen at once and let's start getting to know each other and introducing everyone. So thank you, Pablo, behind the scenes, for making the magic happen here today. We have, without further ado, I'll just start next to me here, Chris Angelus, the amazing singer-songwriter here next to me. How are you, Chris? Can you hear me?
I can.
Awesome.
You hear me?
Yes. Thank you so much for being here today.
I'm pretty good. I got my vaccine first shot today.
Congratulations. That's got to be a good feeling. That's great to hear. Hope everyone's getting those out there. Brian Waters as well up here on top. How you doing, Brian? Great sportscaster here on Happs.
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
What's new with you?
Just getting ready for the NBA playoffs. MLB season's kicking off, and the Orioles. So the Orioles are back. So getting ready to get some things together and look forward to doing covering those things.
Totally. We have with us as well the amazingly talented Al Sanchez. How are you doing, Al? Great to see you here today. 6-string and 12-string maestro. You there?
Thank you very much for the intro. I'm doing great.
Totally. Yeah. Huge fan of your work as well. And last but not least, we have with us Real Mike K of the MMA for Money show. How you doing, Mike? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, pleasure to be here, man. Stoked to be with the talent that you have here on the screen and to talk a little bit about the MMA for Money team in general.
Absolutely. Yeah. Really cool range of expertise and areas here. Maybe I'll start again with Chris and just ask a little bit about, when you got started on Happs, how you heard about Happs, and how long you've been on the platform. We'll go around kind of one by one.
Okay, so I joined a few months ago, and I heard about it from my fans on Periscope, and heard that, lots of the other people that I had, the community on Periscope was coming over to Happs, and I heard, that's where it's all happening. So that's why.
Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, we're really pleased to have you here, as well as all of our new users who've come over from Periscope and elsewhere. Thank you so much for joining us. Just want to say hey to everyone in the comments. Again, we're happy to have you here. And we will have a little bit of a chance for Q&A at the end from the comments. So, Brian, how long have you been with us? It seems like we got to know you first in the fall. Is that correct? It's been a while.
It was in the summer. It was right
summer.
After,
oh my gosh, time is going by.
Well, it was during the NBA bubble, and it was around the time, about a few weeks prior. A few of my friends, we had did a show, and somebody from behind the scenes, I'm sorry, I was looking up the emails because I wanted to mention her name, but I can't find it. But she reached out to me about this opportunity, and I was sitting there. I said, okay, and I had the conversation with y'all, and I joined and was able to cover the Lakers. And shout out to Pablo for I think he jumped on the episode celebrating. It was either definitely the Dodgers.
We heard from the audience here in the comments that there's a little bit of crackle and some choppiness. So it's a little bit of crackle and some choppiness. So hoping that this magic reset here does a trick. Hold on, bear with us, folks, just 1 minute. Thank you. So it's reconnecting. Holding.
Yeah, I was stoked the Dodgers won the World Series too because I'm from Los Angeles, so it was a huge moment.
That's
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
Al, you're also from LA.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We have
West Coast life over here.
Yeah, apparently we have a strong LA showing today. That was not planned, but really cool to see that. Can you guys see us and hear us now? Okay, just let us know in the comments there.
If you can see the pretty girl in the middle, you're all good.
Hey, don't forget about the rest of us up here, huh?
I just can't. I can't even get past her, bro. I don't know what you want me to do.
All good. Okay, sounds better. Seems okay now. Great. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Pablo, the man behind the scenes here, who's helping everything. Just refresh if you're watching out there, whether you're on a phone or laptop, whatever device. Be sure to just hit that refresh or exit out, come right back. It should be all better. Great. Glad to see it appears to be fixed. Good. And so I think we were just wrapping up with Brian. You came on last summer during the NBA bubble, or the first NBA bubble, I guess. Yeah, man, new era here, that's for sure. Al, when did you join, and how did you hear about Happs originally?
I heard it through Carrie Long Live, and she's always been helping me out. And once I was on Periscope before, and Carrie helped me on Periscope too. So Carrie's had a show on there, and she got me started on Periscope. And then once Periscope disappeared, or announced that they were going to close down, then Carrie was like, "Hey, I'm doing Happs," so I went ahead and joined up with you guys. And it's better here because that way I can live stream all the rest of them. So it's the most logical one to go with.
That's awesome. Glad to hear that. And I think we do have Carrie in the comments here. Great to see you, Carrie. Carrie's got a great show called Happs Stars that everyone should follow too. Okay, great. People saying that's better. Thanks, Peter. Love your name, by the way. Mike, moving on to you. How did you find out about Happs? How long have you been on the platform?
I first originally heard about it. I think Lucia was one of the first people, or Pablo, that hit us up on Twitter. Noticed that we had a pretty professional MMA podcast going. My boss, Jason Torello, is one of the best sports bettors in the entire world, MMAformoney.com. So she kind of enticed us to, just check out Happs to see what it was like in beta. I'm also a local 44 union prop maker for Hollywood, so I build movie sets. So I'm very familiar with, David Newman from Disney Television. All of us are, IATSE for life, basically union members. So we all basically, know exactly when business needs to be done. We're there and we're ready to roll. So once Happs gave us the shot, I professionally, I looked at it, and we were already rolling on Periscope and everything else. And once I realized how well and how professional your guys' team was, and just how cool it was to go across, to be able to live stream across all platforms at once, it made it a lot easier for our producer to just, let us rip. And, with the battle between YouTube, and they're probably not very happy about it, but we're Team Happs. So all we do is basically stream here, and all we care about is what happens here. But we've been super successful for about the last 5-6 months here. We couldn't do it without the Happs team and everyone involved. And man, like I said, I've even offered to invest in Happs because I believe in it that much.
Hey, we appreciate you, yeah, and really thankful to have each of you here with us. For those who may not be familiar in the audience with each of you, maybe we'll head back to Chris next to me, sort of here. Chris, can you tell us a little bit about what folks can expect when they subscribe to you? When do you go live? What these days are you working on in particular?
I recently generally go live in the evening, like between 5 and 7, like starting between 5 and 7, and sometimes during the afternoon on like Saturdays. And I I sing. I sing my originals. I sing covers. I talk about music and we talk about whatever happens to be going on, and people ask questions. We have fun. I see Trev is here. Trevor the ambassador.
Awesome.
It's awesome. He's usually in my streams.
Super fan, yeah, and often top commenter too. Good to see you, Trevor.
Yeah, he really
Right
is an
on.
ambassador. He connects people. It's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that about him, no doubt. Major shout out. And Chris, you're dropping an album or something, right?
Oh yes.
Let's talk about that real
Oh
quick.
yeah, that. I have an album coming out. Yeah, it's called The Skies We Look To, and it's coming out April 30th. And my big goal, the game that I'm playing, is to get to 2,000 pre-orders before it comes out, because that's what it'll help it get on the iTunes charts, if you get it on iTunes, obviously, and the Billboard charts. Like last year, because of this kind of community, I was able to get on Billboard charts with my album. So I'm trying to kind of double that goal and see if we can get it even higher, and it'll open some doors for touring and radio and all that stuff that hopefully will be happening again this year.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's really exciting. And maybe you or one of your fans can drop some info here in the comments of how they can discover where to purchase that and where to follow or subscribe to you elsewhere as well, in addition to Happs.
The way that I'm doing it is kind of like this. It's like a crowdfunding, except that it's, instead of sending me money and then I give you rewards, you buy a certain number of pre-orders and then I give you rewards.
Cool.
It's all at that link that Trev just posted. Thank you, Trevor.
Oh, nice.
You beat me to it. And Will.
Right on
so now
cue.
there's 3 of them in there, and that's how you can get all the rewards. And yeah,
That's
it's only
awesome.
$5 actually to get one of them. So it's pretty affordable, I think.
Very cool. Yeah, those who are familiar with your work, I'm sure will find it a great deal. And I think we may have a little bit of time for music at the end if we get through in time. So do stay tuned if you're watching out there. Brian, we'll switch gears real quick. What are you working on these days? You were mentioning you're switching gears. Obviously, sports season's in transition too. What's new with you? What can people expect when they give you a subscribe here on Happs?
They can expect, like I said, just sports talk. I like to talk about the stories. To be honest, the X's and O's are fun, okay, but they're boring. I like to talk about what's going on. The story of the game, the story of the season. We all know in the NBA, I personally think, and I'm always vocal, that I don't like super teams. You have Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, and LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin all on the Nets. Then on the Lakers, you got Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Andre Drummond. Even though I'm a Lakers fan, I liked it last year because it was so unpredictable, where you could have you had a bunch of teams with a bunch of duos. So you can look forward to that. Like I said, even with baseball season, I'm an Orioles fan at heart. I always said the National League, I like the Dodgers. So last year was really fun. And I'll be looking forward to talking about, these great stories in baseball.
That's awesome. Yeah. Pablo wants to know, are they going to be back-to-back, the Dodgers, this year? Maybe everyone else on screen has some feelings about that too, since they're all from LA.
Yeah, I'm a realist and a Dodger fan, and we're lucky to get that one. So sorry, Pablo, you better just enjoy the one we got.
It's funny because
the Braves and the Padres are probably the 2 best NL teams that are going to come up and whoop some ace.
It's funny. That's what Pablo had said pretty much last year on my show, that, the Dodgers, it felt like that was the one they needed to get, you think about those old school Braves, they only got one, all those World Series.
Yeah, in the 90s, they were really good. But yeah, don't get me started about the Dodgers and the cheaters, Astros. My first son, Damien, was born on Game 7 of the World Series of the Dodgers. I was in the hospital waiting his birth. And not only did they cheat for that World Series, they cheated me out of a birth story for my son. I waited my whole life for my Dodgers to win, dude. I literally had 2 names picked out. It was Clayton Kershaw after Clayton Kershaw, and Damian Maya after one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world and the UFC. Dude, the game choked. My son was born at 11:39 p.m. that night, so he even waited for that shit show to end. And then I finally said, "Nah, it ain't Clayton no more. We're going with Damien." So
That
I
is a
hate the
true
Astros.
sports fan right there.
No,
Yes,
for real.
kid's name dependent upon all that. That's awesome. That's really cool. I had no idea about that backstory either, Mike.
No.
I'm going to toss it to Al real quick as well. You're an incredible instrumentalist. Tell us, how long you've been performing and when you got into live streaming, what people can expect when they subscribe.
First of all, I want to say that the Dodgers are going back to back, and when Kershaw's your worst pitcher, how can you lose? Anyway,
we lost a bunch of years with them like that. I don't know what you were watching.
Anyway, I started playing guitar very young. I was 12 years old and kept it up, and then it took me quite a long time to get started in music, and I had battles with alcoholism and drug addiction, and I overcame them 14 years ago, coming on 15 in May. So once I did that, then I reinvented myself and took a good look at my life and decided to get a second chance at doing what I really wanted to do and what I was talented at. And I decided to go into music. And so the only thing I could do at that time, because I'm an instrumentalist, I'm an instrumental, acoustic, 12-string and 6-string guitar player. And I play all original compositions. So if you join me, that's what you're going to hear. You're going to hear original 12-string and some swamp music. If you don't know what swamp is, tune in. And some experimental music. And I started by playing in the streets, and that's where I started live streaming, because one of the persons that I played in the streets was Claire Means, and I used to, when Periscope first started, she's been doing it the longest, and I remember seeing her with the phone in front of her. I'm like passing her by as we were playing different places, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Hey, I'm doing live streaming." So that's when I started doing that, and because it's to me it's a lot like doing street performing. When you first start, you're not gonna get a lot of people in your stream, but you just got to stick with it. And it's the same thing with street performing. When you first start, you got to learn how to be a performer, and that's pretty much what I did. And I also did, every time I got invited to do a show, I would do the show, especially on live stream, like Carrie's show. She did Starscope, and then she did Happs. Now she's doing Happs Stars. So if she sees you and she invites you, you definitely want to go on her show. Because
no doubt.
Get seen by people.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's really interesting that you mentioned, Claire Means also here on Happs as well. Really pleased to have her in our community. And what you mentioned too about just sticking with it and building audience, being patient, taking your time with it and just showing up. And that's one thing I think is just a great tip for other musicians and all other broadcasters out there, really, regardless of, what type of content you're putting out. Just make it your own and keep at it. I love that.
Yeah, it's perseverance. I think that's anything you want to do in life is perseverance, man. If you really love what you're doing, you'll stick with it no matter what, no matter how lousy of a response you get. When you change, man, you do better. You just don't give up. Learn from it.
Absolutely. I'm going to toss it to Mike here and tell us, how you got started with your show and what people can expect when they come and subscribe and watch here on Happs.
Well, the number one thing, man, is a good time. There's no politics involved on my show. There's no religion fights going on. There's nothing. None of that is involved in anything we do on the MMA for Money show. A lot of it is we're a team. We're trying to build kind of like a Native American tribe. We want a bunch of people to go tune in at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday night, like clockwork. You can expect me to rip down and rip out some MMA, mixed martial arts information on especially the UFC. This week alone, we had the ONE FC Championships is all the way in Japan. That's on Wednesday night. That's going to be super exciting on TNT. Then we have Friday night. We have Bellator. Is huge, and that's Friday. Saturday we have UFC, and I gave out 3 free bets. So our whole platform is about mixed martial arts and betting. So if you like betting, if you like mixed martial arts, or if you just like having a good time and being around good vibes, That's literally what we do. And another thing that we've done since I've been on the MMA for Money team, which has been since 2016, is we're huge cryptocurrency investors. We got into Bitcoin super early. We got into other altcoins when they were in pre-ICO, ICO. Voyager is one of them that we got at like 4 or 5 cents. It's worth like $4, $5 now a coin. Wave is another one we got in at like $2, $3. It's worth like 11. Nexo, another 5 cent one. I threw like 400 or $500. One ETH in 2017. That's already worth 30 grand, just that one coin. My goal here is to turn everyone's life around. It doesn't matter if it's mixed martial arts or what it is. We want you to come, tune in, have a good time. I'm formerly a medic on the ambulance in Los Angeles, there for 8 years, serving the people for Tiddlywinks. Now I'm very blessed to be working for the best union in the whole world, Local 44 Hollywood, which, like I said, we're building movie sets for Netflix, Fox, Paramount. Every single movie you see and everything you do, I basically almost touched. It's hard to jam in at one point, man, but literally we're at the MMA for Money team. You can go to MMAformoney.com. That's the boss man, Jason Torello. He's literally one of the best sports bettors in the entire world. Absolutely kills. He asked me years ago to come and do his Mixed Martial Arts podcast because my brother, unfortunately, was John War Machine Copenhaver. He's in prison for life, but that has nothing to do with me. The point is that I've been around mixed martial arts and jiu-jitsu and wrestling my entire life. I love the sport and grew up next to Ken Shamrock, Tito Ortiz, Kendall Grove, PJ Penn, every single one of the old school OGs. I've pretty much been around. So our show, like I said, it's like clockwork. And like I said, perseverance, consistency, and persistence is what got our show growing. I remember when there wasn't even 10 people inside my Periscope watching me live. And I could promise you, I got a ton of friends, and not a goddamn group of my friends are watching out of the 10 people. So, sometimes, it's a rough, man, but you got to block out all that negative energy. Just bring in positive. We only want good vibes. I don't care the color of your skin. We're all about love over here on the MMA for Money show. And so that's all we do. I know everyone's got their problems. Everyone has their stressors, but Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you come on the MMA for Money show. You just grab a beer, grab a bong load, do whatever you want to do, and just have fun. Like I said, we'll keep it professional and just break it down and just literally spit out a little bit of cryptocurrency investing advice at the end of each show.
Sure. I love how authentic you are, all these different areas of your life that you're bringing in, with your personality, just authentic, who you are off screen is clearly who you are on screen, and you're building a community around all these different interests and, sharing your life experience. It's really cool to see. I know you have a lot of fans here as well in the house. Yeah, definitely subscribe to everyone up on screen here, and maybe we can have some folks in the comments share some more of these profiles as well.
Yeah, sorry for the rant, guys.
No worries.
You give me the microphone.
Got to know you a little bit better. That's what this is all about, Mike.
Oh yeah, you give me the mic. My name's Mike, and I'll recite.
There you go. Well, we'll throw it back to Chris, and maybe we'll just ask, when did you start playing music, performing? Tell us a little bit about your professional background and how you got into singing, songwriting, all of that.
Oh, well, I started singing apparently when I was very, very little. I wrote my first song with my twin sister when we were 3, and then just got into church choir and performing, in little musical theater summer camp, and I got really into theater and acting. Actually, that's like where a lot of my training was. And then when I was a little older, I actually I started playing violin when I was 9. Was into like a youth orchestra, and then I picked up a guitar a little later because I thought that would be easier to sing with, and just started writing songs on my, when I should have been writing my essays in school, and
good choice, by the way. Good choice.
I wrote the essays too, but it was like 3 a.m. Thank you. And then I got really inspired by some other like artists like Brandi Carlile, and just felt like really touched by like the raw authenticity of the songs, because I had before that had really only kind of been not subjected to like as if it was like a problem, but I had only really heard pop music, and it was really fun and everything. Nothing against pop music at all, but I wasn't as connected to it on a personal level. So then when I discovered those other kind of artists, I was like, oh, wow, this is what I want to do. This is how I can pour out my heart. And it's a really great little, I always say, I'm like, how do people who don't write songs get through life? Like, like lots of therapy. That's
great.
Yeah, and then I kept doing it. I moved to LA to be an actress, but I just kept singing, and I just really enjoyed it. And then it just sort of took over. So
that's so cool. Well, thanks for sharing that. And, we'll definitely transition in just a few minutes towards performance. If you have anything that you'd be wanting to play for people out here, that'd be great. And Al as well. Maybe before we get to that, Brian, I'm wondering, what games are you watching this week? What games are you going to be commenting on? What can people expect in the near term here? Keep their eyes on. March Madness obviously just ended, but what's the next game you're watching?
Madness just ended, but the Orioles have their home opening day here in Baltimore, so I'll definitely be looking to comment on that and just trying to balance, because this is WrestleMania weekend. So I've had a couple requests to bring a little bit of wrestling talk to Happs. So
nice. Why not?
So just trying to figure that out and balance it out with everything.
I see you got a belt behind you up there. What's the story behind that?
So I got 10 of them back here. I'm a diehard wrestling fan, wow. Belt collector. I have the spinner belt. What else is back here? The one before they're using the WWE Championship, and then up above me is the Big Eagle and the Wing Eagle, the ones that Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock had. And then I got the iconic big gold right there. Above that one is the one that was never released, the Andre the Giant 1987 title that had he beat Hogan at WrestleMania 3. That's the one they would have used. And then I got the WWE version of the ECW Championship and both Intercontinental Championships from the Attitude Era into the New Generation into the Attitude Era.
That's so awesome. I think you need to do a whole broadcast just introducing all the belts and the mythos and the stories and the legends behind them. That's pretty cool. Love that. Do subscribe in the comments. Maybe we can have someone volunteer from the audience to share these profiles here. Or maybe everyone on screen can share their profile on Happs so folks can be sure to subscribe. Yeah, thanks, Mike, for doing that. Awesome. Great. Mike, before we transition to musicians a little bit and give them the stage here, literally, actually, I'm wondering, what matches you a little bit gave us a preview of some of the exciting stuff coming up this weekend. You got a few shows lined up, it sounds like. Which one is really the match to watch and the show to watch if they had to choose just one to tune in?
Oh man, it's a tough one because, like I said, you have the one championship, which is over in Japan, and I love my Japanese fans and the Asian culture, so that they're absolutely amazing over there. I only have 2 fights over there to even talk about. It's Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, who was the former UFC champion, king of the world. He's only lost basically to one guy, Henry Cejudo, and then he went over to one championship and just basically has dominated. He's fighting Andrew Moraes. He's going to just absolutely destroy and school this kid. He won't even have a chance. So that one's not really worth talking about. But if you want to talk about the UFC and a fight to watch, it would be in the main event or in the main card of UFC this Saturday. Daniel Rodriguez is going to be fighting Mike Platinum Perry. And when I tell you both these dudes look like they're gangsters that were dropped in an alleyway or just left prison, that's exactly what they look like. And these 2 dudes are going to bring absolute violence to each other. So I believe one of these dudes is going to end up sleeping on the canvas, Mortal Kombat style. I hope that one of them is not up. I hate to be that vicious, but this is.
Man, no wonder my parents didn't let me watch UFC when I was in high school. The way you make it sound. No, I grew up wrestling too. Like American folk style and all that. Little bit of MMA. Growing up, went to camps with a number of Olympians in wrestling and judo and stuff way back then. And anyway, I'm a secret fan, I guess is my coming out here, but I do like MMA. I do like your show, and it's cool to see you here on Happs, man. Thanks for giving us the rundown. Appreciate that.
Well, let me give out a free bet if we're here. I got 3 bets that I gave out this weekend for free, and if you wanted to pick one of these to throw your money down, there's a dude who's Ignacio Bahamondes. He's 11-3. He's going to have a 7.5-inch reach advantage, and he's 7 inches taller than the Canadian John McDessie, who's 17-7, had his jaw broken before. I'm telling you, Ignacio is going to break this dude's jaw right there in the ring, finish him just square. So negative 185, which means you put $185 to win 100. I believe it's free money, so go and get it.
There it is. You got your tip, everyone out there. Go and put it down and tune in to Mike's broadcast this weekend. Awesome, guys. I'm going to transition maybe to Al before maybe Chris, you'll be up first if you're cool with that, sure. With a little bit of a song in just a minute or two. Maybe you want to get ready if you have to. But Al, I just wanted to ask you, in particular, what can people expect when they subscribe in terms of, your style? Is there a normal time, like in the next few days, when people should really be paying attention and tuning in for the next big performance?
Yeah, I tend to come on later in the evening, so anywhere between 9 and 10:30. I'm kind of a late night guy. And then every now and then I broadcast in the morning, but more often than not, I'm up late. So I do the late after 9 broadcasts. And usually like on Tuesday, Thursday, sometimes Friday, sometimes Saturday, and every now and then Sunday. So I'm pretty much, I try to mix it up. I try to go every other day, because if I go every day, I tend to get carpal tunnel. So I have to watch out.
Yeah, I hear you. That makes sense. I've just started playing guitar during the pandemic. Like, I grew up playing piano a little bit, and I'm trying, because I like to sing, trying to learn guitar too. Sounds familiar to Chris probably there, but I think that I obviously have a long way to go, but I noticed that if I practice every single day, I get some pretty, sore wrists and like flexors, and the calluses are starting to build up. Those take a while, huh? I'm sure you got some big ones.
Oh yeah, I don't even feel any kind of pain anymore, unless I cut my nails or something like that, or swim before I started playing. But yeah, that's a great thing, because I always tell people when they ask me some advice for learning guitar, and I tell them, you got to practice every day, at least 15 minutes or a half hour. And if you practice every day, you will get there. That's the key.
Totally. Yep. Absolutely. Consistency, perseverance. Yeah, I love that message. Al, thanks for that. Chris, let's bring it over to you if you're ready. We'll keep you on screen here and give you the floor. We'll keep everyone else here in the background. But maybe you can introduce what you're feeling like playing and talk a little bit about it if you want.
Okay. Real quick though, like, I don't know, you guys, can you see this? My fingers are like permanently grooved from the string.
I can see that. Oh my, wow. How long does that take?
Oh, I don't know. Years and lots of playing. But I'm sorry that I think it feels like the video keeps pausing. So sorry, that's weird. But someone was reminding me that I actually have a song that's in the International Songwriting Competition finals. It's in the finals out of over 26,000 entries. So that's pretty exciting. And
congrats. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. And there's a People's Voice Award, so people can vote vote for the finalists, and there's one winner, I guess. And today's the last day that you can vote. So I think someone posted that link there. William Collin did. If you guys want to vote, it's called My Quiet. That's the song I'm going to sing, and it's super easy. It's really, you don't have to sign up for anything, and it literally takes like 10 seconds.
That's awesome. Everyone go vote right now. And I guess we may hear it too, huh?
Yeah. So this is a song called My Quiet that I wrote last year. It's going to be on the new album. And it's about the idea that love for anything, even if it's for a person, family, even love for something like music, it's whatever that thing is that is your place of solace, but also your place of just like that it has such a pull on your heart and soul that it has the ability to destroy you too. So it's the sort of true story of love where it's not all happiness, sunshine and rainbows, but it's all worth it.
Awesome. Take it away.
You're my quiet in a crowded room. The storm that's rolling off my shoes. A minor chord in a hopeful tune. You're my flower on the interstate, an easy shot that ricocheted. I'll walk away, but I'll walk slow. And if I'm honest, I know where to go. I'm just trying to get back to you. Ooh, You're the eye of a hurricane, blindfold shot with perfect aim, golden hour before the dark, an open heart that left a scar. We try to celebrate the skies that we look to have what it takes. We made wishes anyway, so our hearts that were breaking could beat another day. You're my quiet in a crowded room, minor chord in a hopeful tune. I'm just trying, I'm just trying, I'm just trying to get back to you.
Wow.
Dude, that was just stupid, man. I mean, holy shit.
Stupid in the best way. That was
No,
insane.
it was stupid. It's amazing. Like angels singing.
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
so much, you guys.
Love that. Some really great comments here. It looks like some folks are having trouble with a little bit of the frame dropping. Hopefully, I'm seeing beautiful voice. Yeah, so many good comments here.
Question: When it freezes, you can still hear me, right?
So I think everyone is able to. Oh, hey, Lisa. Great to see you here speaking.
It glitched like a couple times, but it wasn't bad.
Okay, because
Not
I'm
too
plugged
bad.
into my Ethernet. I don't know what else to do.
No, I
I,
don't think it's. I don't think it's your connection here. Oh, Pablo's saying the glitching is my fault. Oh no. Okay.
I wouldn't worry
So
too much.
no.
She sounded amazing, bro. I would have waited. I would have waited through like 5 hours of glitching just to hear the 15 seconds.
Oh,
If you guys don't want to wait, the 2 minutes, whatever it took, you just find a new show, please.
I think it may be actually an issue on Pablo's computer. He's saying since he's technically the host. So apologies if you're struggling out there. Try refreshing. It sounds like most people were able to hear that just fine, which is great. Chris, are you using the new HD audio mode by any chance?
oh my gosh, I forgot to do that. No.
Well, it still sounds great. I was just curious. I want to let everyone know, just as a reminder, that exists, and it's a great time
How
to
do
try
I do
it
it
out.
on my computer? Is there a way to do it on a computer?
Yeah, you can. You'll have to exit and come back. So don't.
Haps is hating us right now.
Right underneath the mic and camera selection bar, and so I'm happy to send you a screenshot and we can run through it. But no worries, it still sounded amazing.
Oh, but I'd have to come back. Okay.
Yeah, but no
I guess
worries.
I've been-
The sound
I've been
restrictions
nervous.
take away.
It's just gonna make them want to see you more. So make them go to your channel.
Yeah,
I think I've been nervous about using it because it says it increases bandwidth and there was, I don't know, I was worried that my internet wouldn't be able to handle it. So.
I think with Ethernet, I mean, there's only one way to find out. I don't think the issues were related to your end at all, Chris.
Oh, okay.
And it sounded amazing. Everyone says it just heard it just fine. Couldn't hear you when it froze. So a couple people will just have to subscribe to you. We also see someone gave a request a song award. What? That's a pretty cool one. So just a reminder that exists, and that's a really fun way to catch a broadcaster's attention. Mr. Oak, do you have a song that you would like to request since you put that in there? Let us know. And I will try to catch your comment here. Okay.
Yeah, that's super generous of her to give you that, man. I mean, it just encourages you to just want to keep doing what she's doing. And
Totally. And we'll pass these along as well. Since these awards go to the users in the form of free coins if you give awards on our broadcast or roundtable and other broadcasts from the Happs account. They all get cycled through in the form of those free coins for new users and people who unlock them along the way. So this will get back into the community. Hey, thanks, Joy, for the Llama Stay Award. That's a fun one. The unofficial mascot of Happs. Yeah, the llama. So waiting for, Mr. Oak says artist choice. So it sounds like he's just looking for an encore.
I don't want to take up too much time. I know there's another singer.
Well, maybe we can toss it to Al. Al, are you ready? Oh man, we're getting more of these requests. Sounds like people just want some music right now. Maybe
I'll listen to her all day.
Let's hear from Al next. Al, thanks so much for being willing to jump in here as well and share your talents with everyone.
Right on. Yeah, I've seen Chris live at the Hotel Cafe when we were before pre-pandemic. She was great with her twin sister. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I got to meet her too.
So cool.
Thanks for coming to that. Yeah, I'm doing one of their live stream shows on my release day. So from Hotel Cafe. So that'll be fun to be back there, even though there's no audience.
Right on.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Well,
So
feel free to take it away, Al. You're good to go.
I'm going to do a song called Going Deeper. And a friend of mine is a dancer, and she was having problems coming up with new dances. And her teacher told her, just do what you normally do, just go deeper. And so I was having a writer block, and so I kind of came up with this song, and that's what it's called, Going Deeper. Ready? you
Wow.
go.
Dude, that shit was sick, dude.
That was epic. Holy crap. You are so
Seriously.
talented too. Man, that was amazing. Lots of great comments there and feedback. One just straight fire from Trevor. This dude is shredding. Seriously sick. Yeah. This has Hans Zimmer vibes, which doesn't get more epic than that. That's awesome. Really, really amazing stuff, guys. I'm just blown away by all the talent here on screen. I do think, I apologize, I actually have to run in a few minutes here. I would encourage everyone, before we go, to subscribe to every single broadcaster here on screen. And everyone in the comments too, if you haven't subscribed to each other yet, please do that. That's how we build the community. And I just would love to invite everyone here to start an after party. You know, we can pass the Happs, right? Which is kind of like rating for those familiar with Twitch, etc. But you know, is there a music after party that may be happening? Is there a sports one? Is, you know, just throwing it out there. Oh,
Whatever you want us to do, bro.
Up to you guys. No pressure. You can also just say, I'll be live at my normal time, and you can find me on my profile.
I literally just went live last night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 Eastern Standard. So there's a video of me, just fresh as can be, going over the ONE FC Fighting Championships that happened Wednesday, the Bellator that goes on Friday, and then the UFC Saturday. And then also, if you're a golf fan, we got the Masters, one of 4 PGA championships. One of the 4 PGA championships and the most coveted, in my opinion. So the illustrious green jacket is up for grabs. I gave out 4 free golf bets, so go check that out.
Totally. Awesome. How about you, Al?
I probably will be on tomorrow because I broadcast last night, and like I said, I'm in danger of getting carpal tunnel. I've had it before. That's a problem. So I'm like really scared of getting it again. So I do every other day. So tomorrow night, stop on by. Awesome.
Everyone do subscribe. And Chris, how about you? Where can folks find you and when next?
Okay. What day is today? Wednesday? I'm going to be live on Happs tonight at 6 Pacific time.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right, everyone, subscribe so you get those notifications. Make sure to turn your notifications on your device as well, so you get an alert when people are live here. Also, just wanted to say, it looks like, Carrie, are you going live? We can pass the Happs to you. And I appreciate everyone for tuning in. As always, really exciting to have this community growing, and all the positivity here in the comments. Just blown away by everyone who's shown up day after day to support everyone. And thank you to the 3 of you in particular here. I see Brian had to leave earlier, but do subscribe to Brian too. But thank you, Al, Chris, and Mike, for coming on and being generous with your time and talents.
Thank you so much for asking me.
Pleasure.
Yeah, thank you too. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. And we will see you soon in the comments. Hope everyone has a great evening or morning, afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. Thanks for joining.
Great job, dude. Great job, Peter. Great job, Peter. Great hosting.